I hardly ever film outside because it is nearly always far too windy, but it is such a beautiful day today, so I thought I'd give it a go. I haven't really been vlogging over the last couple of weeks, and I talked about this in my last video, which will have gone up by now. I finished writing my last book, getting it edited, uploaded, and then I just felt pretty deflated. I very much needed to take a break from everything. And that is a tractor going past. I've kind of resigned myself to the fact that filming on a schedule doesn't really suit me. I'm pretty dedicated to my writing schedule, but filming doesn't work in quite the same way for me because I have to be more on for the camera and I just can't do that every day. But that's where we're at. The book I was writing and polishing is now up. It's available to buy. I had more pre-orders than I expected, so that did really well. I'm pleased to be finished. I've had a bit of a struggle moving on to other things, but I think I'm now getting back on track. As for everything else that is happening, we have still not managed to buy our house. We really felt we were going to get somewhere last week. We had some news that made it sound like we might actually get the house on Friday, but then yet more complications emerged. It's now Sunday, nothing really happened last week and we are still waiting. Honestly, that's the other reason I haven't been filming, because I've been so incredibly stressed by that. That one's a motorbike. When we put in the offer on the house, it was the end of June 2020 and it is now halfway through March 2021. This is not the outcome we expected. And I don't think I will stop feeling stressed until we actually get the keys, because at this point it could still all fall apart and we would have lost almost a year. And yes, I've tried to make the most of this time, both of lockdown and of waiting to buy the house. But there have been times when it's been really hard. It has just given me an extra reason to feel like life is on hold. And there is only so much writing I've been able to do to fill that gap. But you know, maybe we'll get some news over the next 7 days. Fingers crossed. It is now Wednesday night. We are here again with more weird camera angles because I've actually got the camera propped on a copy of The Obelisk Gate by N.K. Jemisin. We'll talk about that in a bit though. So what have I been up to today? It's actually been a really beautiful day. So we started off this morning by going for a walk in some local woods. Honestly, I could have just walked around there all day taking pictures. I tend to take variations on a theme in woods. I take lots and lots of very wide angle vertical shots of trees. You know, you've got to do what you love. And the rest of the day really has been pretty relaxed. Actually, this week so far, I have been so productive. I was looking through my bullet journal earlier, and to say it's only Wednesday, I have ticked off a lot of things. Pretty much all my video work for this week, apart from filming a few vlog clips. I've done all my book marketing and admin work. I have sent off for a proof copy of the paperback I formatted a few days ago. That's supposed to be here on Friday, which is much quicker than I anticipated. And then just lots of little things. Social media posts, a newsletter, tweaking some Amazon ads, and actually looking at my to-do list now, the rest of the week kind of looks like lots of writing, so I'm very happy about that. I've written maybe 3,000 words this week so far, so I've just got to keep on going at the same rate for the rest of the week. And it is very nice to be ahead for once. The last few weeks have been a bit of a struggle for me. Partly it's because I wrapped up a series and I talked about this in my last video, but honestly, my productive streak has just not been there. I like to get as much done in the first half of every week as possible, and then kind of tail off with the productivity towards the weekend. But over the last few weeks, I've been doing the exact opposite. I have had to warm up at the start of every week and then scramble over the weekend to get things finished. Hopefully this reversal will last though, because it suits me much better. And I would very much like to have more time to read more of The Obelisk Gate. Obviously, I can't show you it because the camera is propped on it, but I'm enjoying this book so much. There was a time when I was completely up to date with N.K. Jemisin's books, but I've fallen behind over the last couple of years. I've got to finish the Broken Earth trilogy, and then there is her newest book, which I think is called The City We Became. I've been reading her work since The 100,000 Kingdoms came out. I remember taking the paperback with me on a trip to London on the train and reading a huge chunk of it then. Back in the days when we could go on trips and trains. But I've been reading her work ever since, and she really is one of my favourite authors these days. So I'm probably going to finish The Obelisk Gate by the end of the week. I will almost certainly be ordering The Stone Sky right after, because there really is almost no way this book could disappoint me. And honestly, right now, I cannot think of a better way of continuing my week. It's about 7 o'clock on Thursday evening and it has been quite a day. So first of all, I got my KDP proof copy earlier. It arrived a day earlier than I expected. I thought about doing an unboxing of it on camera, but to be honest, I didn't really think it was worth it. I am eventually going to be doing all my books as paperbacks, which means 10 published books so far and another couple hopefully by the end of this year. I cannot do 12 separate proof unboxings. I think I will show them off when I have a few more. I've also just realised that I have left the book upstairs, so I will insert some footage of it here. I'm really pleased with how it came out. This is the first paperback that I formatted myself. I had to learn some new software to do it, but it looks really good. I try to keep it as simple as possible, so there are not many images in the book, there's only the title page. I kept the chapter headers very simple, I kept the scene breaks very simple, but I think it looks good and it's definitely very readable. I do like really stylishly formatted paperbacks, but A, that is a bit outside my skill set, and B, the most important thing is just a nice, clean, easy to read format. As long as there are no errors, the story can still shine. And that's really what I aim for in both my paperbacks and my ebooks. My favourite fact about this book is that it is exactly 500 pages. This is including the actual book itself, plus the about page at the end, and the title page and copyright and dedication at the beginning. Exactly 500. I will absolutely never manage to do that again. So that was one small excitement today. The other really big thing is that we finally got some news on our house. I might do an entire video on the whole saga of buying this house and why it has taken 9 months. But we finally got the call from our solicitor today that we have been waiting so long for. We are hopefully going to complete tomorrow, which means the house will be legally ours. It's unlikely to take place until quite late tomorrow afternoon, but that means we'll hopefully be able to pick up the keys the day after, which is Saturday. It's really hard to put into words how I'm feeling about this right now. The biggest thing is just relief, because there were definitely times when I didn't think we'd get this far. And of course, we haven't actually completed yet, so there is still time for it to all fall apart. I don't think that's going to happen. I think everyone is pretty committed to making it happen now. But until I am actually holding the keys, I will not know for sure. I am going to vlog the process of picking up the keys and getting into the house for the first time though, so that is where I'm going to wrap up this vlog. I didn't really know where this week was going to take me when I started this video, and it's been more eventful than I expected. I have got loads of work done, so much more than I thought. I've had the proof copy to show off and news on the house, and some really nice walking in there too. I'm going to be spending the next few days trying not to think too much about the house and instead focusing on doing the final proofread of this paperback. So I hope life is treating you well. Keep writing, keep reading, keep doing whatever makes you happy, everyone, and I'll see you next time.